Hi guys, welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2 where we're in Dijon, having just dropped off our load. So we're going to pop round the corner and rest and then pick up a new job. So we'll just stop far around the corner to the maintenance area, but we'll rest there. We've got fuel on the way in, so we don't have to worry about that, which is one good thing. Wait for the gate to open. The road looks clear. Head round here. Actually, lights change as I approach them. Nothing new there. Dixon. That could well be a fellow Brit by the look of it. Here in Dijon. I'm hopefully going to be looking for a job going sort of southeast from here down towards Spain, Andorra, that way, because we haven't done anything down that area yet. What I could see on the world map, but it depends what's available, of course. We'll have a look shortly. Hope you're all having a good day, guys, and hope you're enjoying the series. Okay, so here's the maintenance area. Lots of the barriers here. We do have to get quite close to these, I have to say. There we go. I don't know what that is, but we'll work our way around that. There we go, that's better. Okay, so let's just pull over here and rest. Okay, so we'll get some rest and then we'll have a look to see what jobs are available. So bearing in mind we're in Dijon, which is here. We can go back to the north of the UK. Leipzig, Germany, Edinburgh. Ah, Bordeaux. Now that's what I was looking for, something going down that way. How long is the journey? 13 hours. Just over the 11 hours, that's a shame. Edinburgh is 29 hours, but some of that would be on the ferry. So it's very possible we could get to the ferry without needing to rest, take the ferry, and then drive the rest of it. I do sort of want to go south. I'm going to go Bordeaux. I know it's a bit of a pain with the timing, but I'm going to go Bordeaux. I want to go down that area because we haven't been down that area at all, so I'm going to take that and do it. Stick with my original plan, why not? Okay, so what we need to do now is just get ourselves around this area and out. Oh, Mario, I can't get much closer. How close do you want me to be? Oh, there we go. I didn't get much closer without hitting it. I'll get a look to the left. Bacalhau doesn't want to play. Give me a second. It's better. Okay, that looks alright now. Let's head out. Okay, so we need to go left here when the lights change. We're carrying some young seedlings this time, so young plants. Possibly somebody's planted a load of new trees or something, who knows. I think it's from the farm. definitely not from around here, because it looks like we're going out of Dijon. It suggests it could be like a farm on the outskirts or something. We'll see. I didn't actually notice which depot it was from. Sano, which would be the farm. So it could well be. Try and get there and see where it is. No, I didn't mean to do that, I meant to brake, sorry. There we go. Okay. Just having to watch speed, because when you haven't got a trailer on the back, obviously you pick up speed a lot quicker. You never know if there's going to be one of these interactive police cars about. Different to the old days when all you had to worry about was speed cameras. Stop sign. Nothing going, that's fine. Across we go. And it is Sano, I can see it on the map now, so I was right, we're going to the farm to pick up the young seedlings, which makes perfect sense. And here it is on our left. You can see the big yellow sign for it. Where's the entrance? Okay, here. This is the entrance here. We just need to drive up to the gates as close as we can. There we go. When you drive up to those gates, you just have to pull up and then just gently edge forward until you're actually close enough. You do have to be very close before they open. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, there's the job we wanted. Young seedlings going to Bordeaux. I'm going to take that. And there's our trailer. We will unfortunately need to rest somewhere on the way. It's about a 13-hour journey. I'll try and do all this all in one video. Hopefully it won't be too long. There we go. Okay, there we go. So now we can head out. And I think these might be gates that once we've gone up to them we have to reverse back, because I remember rightly these opened inwards. So there they go, they're opening. I don't have to get too close that time. As long as they're opening, that's all that matters. Thank you. Okay, so we can go now. Hey, then we go this way. Basically going back the way we just came, in order to get to a road which heads down towards Marseille, to an area of the map that we have not visited as yet. Cool. Be a bit more of the roads visited, which can't be a bad thing. And of course Marseille will be a new city as well. Possibly some discoverables. There's a few cars coming. We can get across now before that lorry comes. bridge, I must say. Blue bridge. Okay, so we're on the road. And immediately there's a toll on the way out of Dijon. There's a lot of toll roads in France, it seems. I don't know if, well, I can't say I've driven there and driven through many of them or anything like that, but if you have any French viewers, let us know if this is pretty typically realistic. I guess it is, I don't know. Okay, so we need to come up to the toll booth here. Into the halt there. Take the ticket and on we go. Okay. So journey across the south of France, really, down to the southeastern area, southwestern area. Sorry, did I say southeast earlier? I think I did. Southwest, I mean. We're heading southwest, down towards Spain, basically. I seem to remember in a previous profile I went to Andorra once, and that's quite a nice journey actually. But there'll be some nice scenery going down here, I would have thought, going down into southern France. I'd imagine it'll be quite pleasant. It's not a bad day, broken cloud, bit of blue sky about. Not tipping it down, so that's all good news. And Lyon and Marseille on the signpost, so it's pretty good. So we've got 9.5 hours. It's going to take 12 hours, so as I say, we need to rest for the sake of a couple of hours somewhere. Probably about halfway somewhere we'll find somewhere to stop, I think. I'm still sticking with my strategy to get to, I think it was level 16 we said, wasn't it? For the next lorry? 14, 16, something like that. I can always check again. Take a look at the any of the Volvo dealers and see when it is, but I'd imagine it'll be the same in every Volvo dealer. I don't think it varies from one dealer to another. I think they'll work the same models at the same levels and all that. Same costs. Don't think it varies. If you buy, I think once you've bought about 3 lorries, or possibly 5, I'm not sure if it's 3 or 5, you can then effectively buy online, which means you don't have to then visit truck dealers to buy trucks. Possibly makes life a little easier. I thought with the amount of money you're paying, they wouldn't mind you buying online at any time, but you have to buy a few, 3 or maybe 5, before they'll allow you to purchase online. So that's something for the future. The cash isn't bad, 48,000 and odd. We're getting on towards 50k. And bearing in mind we paid off the loan, of course, so we've got no loans outstanding at the moment at all. Which means we're also not making any payments every day, which means our cash should mount up a bit quicker. Not sure what this one pays, let's check. 18, so should help us along quite nicely. Okay, so we need to go round this sweeping bend here by the look of it, and into another toll. One of these long sweeping bends that tighten up quite a lot like that. Okay, there we go. Straight down to this toll booth then. So if anybody has any questions or anything you'd like me to do or answer, if I can I will. Part of the reason our money's doing reasonably well at nearly 50k and the loan paid off is we haven't had any big repair bills or anything like that. We've had a couple of instances where the AI's driven into me and then I've got fined for it, which seems completely unfair, but there you go. The AI's getting better, so it's not as bad as it once was. Let's head around here. So if you need any help installing Promods, Rusmap, Project Balkans, anything like that, just let me know. I'll do my best to help you if I can. Happy to create a sort of dummy profile and do a video on how to install those things if you want, it's not a problem. It is pretty simple if you just follow the instructions in the readme, you shouldn't be able to go far wrong. Looks like we're coming up to a bit of a windy road here. And on speeding, I've just noticed. I'll avoid that. I was just wondering if the speed limit was actually going to reduce because of all these bends, but it seems to be 50 mile an hour at the moment. So we're coming into a bit of a windy bit. Make sure we're not going too fast. We'll be swinging out into the middle of the road in case there's anything coming the other way. At the moment, the road seems fairly quiet. It's 9:41 Friday evening, so everybody's finished work and gone home for the weekend, no doubt. So roads are pretty quiet around here. Conversely, in the cities, you might think this would be a time when it might be quite a bit busier, because you know people going out to bars and restaurants and stuff. In some of the maps in OMSI, the bus simulator, it varies the traffic very cleverly, different times of day and such like. So it will stick loads of taxis on the road in the evening when people are going out, stuff like that, which is quite clever. It's much busier at rush hour, much quieter in between, things like that. So let's just head down here. It's very nice through these trees, I must say. It's almost like driving through a forest. I've said before where I live up in Lincolnshire, and I mentioned once the road that goes Kings Lynn way. Once you go through Kings Lynn in Norfolk, you come to Thetford, and there's the Thetford Forest. You can literally drive straight through the centre of the forest, which is a really nice drive, I have to say. Traffic light there, but it's part-time traffic light by the look of it. It's flashing amber, meaning proceed with caution. I just realised the speed limit was way down. I haven't noticed, but we got away with that, so that's okay. here. That's it. So this road's very quiet. It doesn't seem to be about the only vehicle on the road. There doesn't seem to be anything behind me, and there doesn't seem to be anything much coming the other way either, so very quiet. Very quiet country road in France. But nice scenery. It's very pretty. Farm buildings, I guess they are there, so we're probably in a sort of farming area. A few farms dotted about and not much else probably. Don't know if we'll discover any other cities on the way. I didn't look at the world map enough to decide if that's the case, but hopefully when we get to Marseille it'll be another one towards the Bon Voyage achievement. Generally cities in France that count towards that, so another new city in France, another step towards that. I think we're on about 3 out of 23 at the moment, so it could be number 4, and if we do go through anywhere else on the way we might even get another one as well. There we go. I was going a bit fast into that bend. Okay, so not quite what that said, but really that doesn't count as very much at all. That's obviously a very small village. There's a sign saying we're leaving it. Udis, something like that. It look like. We want to get up into Scandinavia at some point. It's got the Scandinavia DLC installed as well as Vive la France and going east. So it'd be nice to get up into Sweden, Norway, that sort of area at some point. Another very nice part of the world. Beautiful scenery in that area. A bit cold though, especially in winter. Dark and cold. Sweden in the winter. Okay, so we'll see what happens with that when we get to go up that area of Europe. We've been across to the east, to Russia. We're now going sort of southwest down to Marseille. The UK is sort of northwestish of Europe, so we've been in most directions. Obviously we could still go Romania, Hungary, down that way, Slovakia, Slovenia, all of those countries at some point. Exactly what order we do them in really depends on the jobs that are available and our financial position and how much we're thinking we need to make from the job really. Where the better paying jobs are, that's probably where we will go, and that will often be things like long distance bonuses, fragile cargo bonuses, all those sorts of things that will make a difference. Shouldn't be too long before we've got 4 on long distance fragile cargo and high value cargo, at which point we'll look at getting a new truck before too long, fitting beacons and start taking some ADR jobs. Start to carry things like explosives and such like, bit more dangerous cargoes. Might be fun. We don't do anything to blow it up. Don't want to blow up our truck, do we? I'm sure we can avoid that. It's quite a pleasant journey, but no major roads. It's all on very sort of minor roads. We're hardly on like a motorway or anything. Nice to have the variety. also nice to have a bit of motorway because it tends to make the journey go a bit quicker, I find. Once you get onto those roads, and of course there are more services, so if the need is there to rest, sometimes you're better off being on those major roads because you come across services more often. Don't know if you can see much down here. Still 5 hours to go at the moment. Down this road I wouldn't expect to see much in the way of petrol stations or anything. If we see somewhere we'll stop because we've now got 7 hours to go, so we can easily do it in the next stint after resting. So we can rest at absolutely any time the fancy takes us, really, depending on where we find an appropriate place. We're not crossing a border, of course. We're staying in France the whole way, so we're not going to be passing a border with its rest areas at all. So we probably do need to find a fuel station somewhere. And say on this road I find that unlikely. You never know, but I would imagine there's not a lot of chance down here. Also, and just as I say that, what do we come across? A fuel station. Well, we might as well rest now then. Might as well get it out of the way. Oh no, it's the toll, I beg your pardon. It's the toll. There doesn't seem to be a rest area there. The trucks anyway, it's not marked on the map, so I assume we can't rest there. I thought for a minute there that was a fuel station. I was going to say, just when I'm saying there aren't any down here, not going to be any, one pops up. That would be pretty typical. You're going to have to come in behind me, mate. Thank you. You do have to watch them sometimes. They sometimes blend in from the right out of those toll booths and go straight into you if you're not careful. Okay, so let's head down here. This looks like a bit more major road we're coming onto, which will make the likelihood of services much higher. No doubt about that. Okay, looks like we're getting well. Although we're actually going off again to the right very shortly. We weren't on that road very long. Bordeaux and Limoges. There is a rest area signpost or on the map there, but we're not desperate at the moment, so I'm not too worried. I'm sure we will come across somewhere down here. Certainly hope so. We've still got over 4 hours, so we've got the flexibility to rest at any time we like. There's only 6 hours left on the journey now, so I'm sure we will find a convenient point. But as I say, if I do see one, I will stop, because you might as well get it done and out of the way, then we haven't got to worry about it any further, really. Another toll coming up, but we're not going through it by the look of it. Limoges. Okay, well we're not going to Limoges way, I don't think. Road's a little bit busier, but still not a lot. And now it's 1 o'clock on Saturday morning, so I wouldn't expect there to be much traffic around now. Everybody's home for the weekend, in bed having a snooze after a hard working week, I'm sure. Interesting looking bridge. I must say, it's quite different. Is that what they call a suspension bridge? I'm not sure. Don't know my bridges that well, but it looks quite nice, that bridge, I must say. Quite nice to drive across. I don't know if anybody knows this area of France very well. They say I don't, but from what I can see so far, it's very pleasant. Like a nice drive, this one. Ah, now that looks like a sign for some services to me. Possibly. Yeah, there are rest areas coming up. So I didn't need to do that. I meant to keep hitting the wrong key. I'm getting good at that. Right, it looks like I can pull off here and rest. So I'm going to look at doing that. So let's just see what we have here. Eco, that'll be the fuel station, I would imagine. And the rest area should be just down here. Right, so is that it? Do we go in there? I guess we do. I guess we go in here. Oh no, it looks like they're facing the other way, so maybe I got that wrong. Don't worry. Sure we can get away with that. There we go, so we can rest here, so I'll just pull here. There's tons of spaces, so I don't need to worry about parking too straight. And that'll get us back into daylight, which is so much better for you guys watching the video anyway, so that's obviously the services down there. That was quite a convenient little stop actually, that wasn't bad at all. Speed limit signs 110, 130. 110 trucks and 130 cars. 130 kilometers an hour, that sounds pretty fast. Ooh, this German autobahn is fast, isn't it? No, they don't have speed limits at all for cars. Pretty sure trucks are still limited on the autobahns, but the cars aren't. There's actually no speed limit at all. So if anybody doesn't know, UK has a maximum 70 mile an hour speed limit, which applies on motorways and roads like this that we call a dual carriageway, where it's 2 lanes either side. If you're on a road with a single carriageway, then it's a maximum of 60, unless you have signs saying otherwise. In towns and cities it's usually 30. That's miles an hour, not kilometres. So, what's that, 50 kilometres an hour? Something like that? 30, I think. Policeman, hello there. So that's in towns and cities, you generally find it's 30 miles an hour. But a maximum 70 on the main roads, which would be, what, 110 kilometres an hour, possibly? 70, I think around that. So that's the limits we have in the UK. And I think I mentioned in an earlier video, there is talk of some of the 30 mile an hour roads going down to 20, particularly around schools. It's fairly understandable, I guess, where you've got kids playing. I mean, I guess the more you slow the traffic, the better, really. There are some, one too far from me, where it's a 20 mile an hour advisory speed limit at the moment. So it's technically 30, but they're sort of asking you to do 20, even though that's not actually a legal requirement. So if you go through there at 30, you can't be cited for speeding, but they are asking people to goes without 20. And there has been talk of them actually making them official 20-mile-an-hour speed limits, but don't know whether that will happen. I thought I read something that said that particularly with diesel cars, if you are travelling at something like 20, it actually increases the amount of pollution. Not sure if that's true. Perhaps the engine is not working as efficiently at lower speeds. It's possible, I suppose. It'll make a certain amount of sense, because if you sit in traffic, obviously you're kicking out whatever level of emissions your car does while sitting still, which obviously is going to pollute the air. And then if you're going slow, I suppose the same principle applies to an extent. So why can't we get out of here, guys? Oh mate, surely you can go now. That's a bit peculiar. If you don't go soon, I'm going to go anyway. With another gap like that, I'll be off, mate. It's an embargo. Look at that is. A bus coming by. I'm not waiting too much. I don't know how long that guy's going to sit there, but I'm going to get out of there. Okay, pushing back the one car that came by, I have to admit, but all's well that ends well. So yeah, I don't know about this cars travelling slower. Apparently particularly diesel cars, and particularly older cars, having them actually going slower, whilst might be safer from the point of view of kids playing and all that sort of thing, can actually increase pollution and make air quality worse. So I guess you have to balance to an extent. But I thought safety of the children in the schools would be higher priority. In the area I live, because I'm like 100 yards from the sea, I'm surrounded by a lot of what we call chalet parks, where people sort of rent chalets for a week or two in the summer for their holidays. And obviously you get a lot of families with a lot of kids, so be quite careful of kids playing around the area. Although most of the chalet parks are quite secure and got good fencing and everything, and if kids are playing, they'd be within the chalet park. But then at times obviously they walk down the road with their parents and such like, so you do have to keep your eyes open for them. I guess when you're going to live at the coast in what is basically a holiday resort, you're going to get that to an extent. Well, the nearest town to me is called Mablethorpe, and to actually call that a holiday resort is stretching a point, to be honest. Skegness, 15 miles away, 16 miles away, that's more of a holiday resort. Mablethorpe is much quieter, much smaller place. But pleasant to live. I like it. I've actually lived here about a couple of years now. Previously lived in Peterborough, and I wouldn't want to go back to living in the city further inland, to be honest. I actually like living near the coast, being able to stroll down the beach whenever I want in the summer, which is very pleasant. Obviously it can be a bit bleak in the winter on the coast, of course it can, but nothing's ever perfect, is it? And even if the weather's a bit dodgy, you make the best of it, don't you? Can't control the weather, not yet. We haven't worked that one out yet. One day maybe. That would be a good thing, wouldn't it? To be able to control the weather. Just think, so you could have it at a sensible temperature all the time, so it doesn't get too cold, doesn't get too hot. control the humidity so it doesn't get horribly humid and sticky. Make sure it only rains at night. Which should be quite nice, couldn't it? But you know, I think that's not very likely. And to an extent, I don't think we should interfere in nature quite so much as we do. I mean, I'm sure that nature has its way of balancing things, and cold weather and warm weather and all of that are all part of keeping that balance, really. So probably better we didn't interfere. I think man tends to tinker too much and tries to interfere with nature too much, really. Sure, Mother Nature knows what she's doing, leave her to it. Sure, she'll do a fine job. Has done for a long time without our help, so I can see a day we'll find a way to control weather. We seem to be able to develop technologies to do nearly everything else, so in some ways it's a frightening thought, but in some ways it would obviously be quite nice because you could, you know, avoid the extremes. At the moment we have more of a problem with climate change or global warming or whatever you want to call it. Which over a long period of time is supposed to have some fairly drastic effects on the Earth. Hopefully in my lifetime, but environmentalists say if we don't do something about it now, then it will be too late. So, hence lower car emissions and all that sort of thing, kicking out less CO2 and carbon monoxide and whatever else. Another advantage of low emissions, of course, is lower car tax. Pay less road tax if your car emits less. And you get quite heavily penalised if you're driving gas guzzlers that pollute the air much worse. I suppose that's quite sensible, really. Although some would say road tax should be about the roads, and you know, if you've got four wheels, at the end of the day one vehicle isn't taking up any more than another. The government decided to base road tax much more around the emissions of the vehicles to encourage greener vehicles, which makes perfect sense. Be the demise of the diesel car, and ultimately, I guess, electric cars taking over more. In the future, electric cars are starting to be a thing. But I think the primary concern with that is having enough charging points. There you go. Anyway, we are about 60 miles from our destination, so not doing badly at all. Hopefully this guy isn't going to take too long about pulling out onto this road. There doesn't seem to be much coming in there. There's something coming, to be fair. It's to pull out, so it may not be too bad. Traffic coming down here now, we'll have to wait a while. You gotta go now, mate. Let's go. Good man. That wasn't too bad. So, under 60 miles now. It's still a lovely day, sun is out. admire this beautiful scenery in Euro Truck Simulator 2. SCS have done a really good job. Well, I'm not sure if some of this might be Promods, but whichever, it's pretty good. That's nice. Interestingly, we haven't been to any other towns or cities to discover along the way, so it looks like it's going to be only the one. Another thing that has improved vastly in the game is the lighting effects. There was an update, I think 3 or 4 updates ago, that massively improved the lighting effects in the game. They look pretty cool now, I have to say. Again, there's quite a lot of these police cars on the road, and now that they are interactive and will pull you over for speeding effectively, you have to watch them. Keep your eyes on them. The problem is you generally don't know they're there until they're caught up with you. Sort of means you've got to make sure you stick to the speed limits as much as possible. And so we're going off here. We're only 24 miles out. Where are we actually going? Bordeaux, Lizette Logistics of Bordeaux. I might have said Marseille at one point, I'm not sure. But it's Bordeaux we're headed for. Lizette Logistics, I think, are a company you will only see in France, possibly Switzerland as well. That's about it, I think. I've only recalled seeing them in France, but I'm not sure. Switzerland does, of course, have quite an area of French speakers. Basically 4 languages in Switzerland, as I understand it: Swiss French, Swiss German, Swiss Italian, and Swiss Romansh. Romansh being a old gypsy language or something, I believe. Yeah, basically the Swiss speak one of 4 languages. Okay, so we'll worry about Switzerland when we get there. We have been through it already. I'm sure we'll be going back. So here comes Lizette Logistics. I can see it on the map. Just around here. It's going to be around here somewhere. Is this it here? Should I have turned down there? Yes, I think I should have done. I'll go and get away from first if I can do that. That's it, we got away with that. Okay, so I assume this is the entrance here. Those. Okay, so where have we got to drop this? guess round the back somewhere. Which way we can go round. By cleaning the windows. So we'll head round here. I imagine it must be around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Oh. Oh, that's not very convenient, is it? We need to turn around. Let's see if we can turn around down here somewhere. Hoping with a bit of luck there will be enough room for me to swing round in here. There's a little workshop area as well. Okay. So let's see how we can do this. Up here. Let's back a little bit. Sort like that. And stick it on full up the other way. A little bit of luck. We can do that. There we go. Wouldn't have been easier, could it? So, if I just turn here, there is the parking space. I should be able to drive straight into it theoretically, so it shouldn't be a difficult one at all. Let's just move to the front of this with a bit of luck. Obviously not straight enough. Okay. Goes in now. There we go, look, that'll do. Okay, so excellent, lovely. Dijon to Bordeaux, and 18,000 that brought in. So we're close to level 10. So what I'm going to do, just before we exit, another one on Bon Voyage, you're up to 4 now. Okay, so truck dealers, so look at my Volvo dealer. So I need to check what level that next truck I wanted was available at. Yeah, that one I think, 600 horsepower compared to our current 540. So that's another 60 horsepower. You've got a choice between the F816 Classic Globetrotter. That's a classic Globetrotter as well, but that one has an extra set of wheels, extra axle. I think that's the one we'll be looking to get. F816 Classic Globetrotter, 124,000. Fuel tank 800 litres. What's our current fuel tank? And that might be 1,400 litres. So it's quite a bit smaller fuel tank, down to half the size. So there'd be a lot more refuelling needing to go on, but we get the extra horsepower, and of course it'll have a smaller fuel tank because it's got the extra axle. Okay, that's fine. So I'll see you next time when we will pick up another job and see where we go from here. Okay, take care guys. Happy trucking. Bye now.